Welcome to AnimeTalk Chronicles, where we dive deep into the captivating worlds of anime, dissecting stories, unraveling characters, and sharing our passion for all things animated. Konnichiwa, anime lovers! Welcome back to our channel for another deep dive into Chronicles of an Aristocrat Reborn in Another World. Today, we're exploring part 4 of our detailed review series. Kane was upset with Duke Corino's manners, but Cullen calmed him down. Kane devised a plan to annoy Duke Corino by offering him beautiful glasses, intending to get all his glasses in return. When Duke Corino demanded all the glasses, Kane playfully refused. Suddenly, Kane approached the king and offered Duke Corino a valuable gift. Interested, Duke Corino fell into Kane's trick, leading to him apologizing for his rudeness under the king's stern gaze. After Duke Corino left, Silk appeared and knew that Kane had orchestrated everything. She found his bad boy personality cute. Suddenly, Eric and the king overheard their conversation, catching Kane in his lies. Kane apologized and promised not to cause any more trouble. The next day, Kane was summoned to the king and was disappointed for abusing his position. Despite trying to apologize, Kane couldn't stop laughing, which led to a 2-hour lecture from the king. A few weeks later, Kane was on his way to deliver his slain monsters when Vice Leader Dame showed him a space for his hunted monsters. However, Kane found the space too small, shocking Dame when he learned Kane had defeated giant earth dragons. Kane was then permitted to store his monsters in the courtyard. Kane brought out his hunted monsters from his item box, leaving Night Dame astonished that a 10-year-old boy like Kane had defeated such powerful monsters. Dame then asked if Kane was an apostle of the gods, but Kane clarified he was just a son of a count and wanted to go home. Suddenly, Dame stopped him and asked Kane to join the night training. Kane found himself surrounded by all the knights during the training. Introduced by Dame, Kane learned that the leader of the knights was a battle junkie who wasn't present at that moment. As the training began, Kane fought against an ordinary knight who underestimated him. Using his boost spell, Kane easily defeated the knight. After the fight, Kane wished to leave, but was forced to face all the knights at once. Surrounded, Kane was surprised when the leader of the knights appeared. She initially thought Kane was an innocent boy bullied by the knights. Meanwhile, Kane saw an elf for the first time and clarified the misunderstanding. The leader, Tiana, was impressed by Kane's strength and challenged him to a duel. Holding the title of Swordmaster, Tiana pushed Kane into a fight. Using the boost spell of herself, Tiana attacked Kane, who managed to match her speed. In the duel, Kane decided to activate his boost spell strategically, luring Tiana into a trap and defeating her. Tiana fell in love with Kane and proposed to make him her future husband, but Kane, feeling too young and unfamiliar with her, declined politely. Tiana introduced herself as the Duke's daughter of Libert and explained that elves live for 300 years, so their age difference wasn't an issue. Kane, hesitant and hoping for support from his friend, didn't want to involve himself in such matters. Understanding Kane's position, Tiana decided to speak to the king herself. Kane worried about the king's reaction and was taken to him by Tiana. She expressed her desire to marry Kane, surprising both the king and Kane's father. Kane explained that Tiana had fallen for him after their duel. Garmin, the king, then revealed that Tiana was from the province of Libert, where elves had once been hunted and enslaved until a hero named Yuya saved them, founding the strong kingdom of Libert. In her homeland, Tiana held a rank equivalent to a princess. The king also disclosed the secret engagement of Tusk and Silk to Kane. Impressed that the king accepted him as a son-in-law, Tiana was moved, so she decided to marry him anyway. The king couldn't help Kane and suggested he should ask her father for permission. After this, the king and the others became suspicious if Kane was sent from God. They decided to use a book to find out the true identity of Kane. A few days later, Kane was very exhausted from being forced to fight Tana every day. During the fights, Kane received the new title of Swordmaster. Suddenly, Kane wanted to run away upon hearing Tana's voice, but he was stopped because the king wanted to talk with him. Again, we see Kane with the king, and they gave him a book of magic to read. Kane looked at the book, but they couldn't read the book as it was written in Japanese. Kane knew he had to tell them about his secret. He decided to trust them and told everyone that he had memories from his past life. Garm was shocked, and Kane said that he is definitely Garm and Sarah's child. In addition, everyone learned that Kane can talk to all 7 gods. After that, Kane revealed his true stats, and they were shocked at his enormous power. The king then suggested that Cain, with all of his titles, could become the king and the whole world should worship him. However, Cain didn't want to be the king. He liked his current life. Cain explained that he loves his current life because everyone is so nice to him, and the king and his father always took good care of him. The king understood Cain's wishes to continue his usual life. Suddenly, Tana appeared with permission to marry Cain, making him her third fiancé. Eric said that Cain will always be the same, but all had to promise to keep Cain's secret. Meanwhile, Cain fought Tana in the courtyard. The king continued to hope that Cain would protect their family and everyone else in the kingdom. Thus, Cain was allowed to continue his ordinary life as an adventurer, fighting against strong opponents. In the evening, Silk and Tellus found out about his engagement to the elf girl Tana. Cain apologized to his two cute fiancés. They were both briefly angry, but they somehow managed to accept his destiny. Cain was very scared when suddenly Tana appeared and kidnapped Cain again. The next day, we see Cain reading the diary of the first king Yuya. Yuya narrated that he died in an accident in Japan and reincarnated into the other world. Suddenly, Tellus and Silk appeared, suspecting that he was studying for the Royal Academy entrance exams. The two wanted to study with Cain, but he was busy and had to do something important. Cain ran away and managed to escape. After that, Tana found Cain and immediately wanted to fight him. Cain replied that he didn't have time because he had something important to do. When he got home, he got ready to go to the Adventurers Guild. The reason was that he was now 12 years old and immediately wanted to register as an adventurer. Cain visited the Adventurers Guild, and a red-haired guy wished him a lot of fun. Cain then filled out the registration papers and submitted his registration. He had to insert blood into a crystal, and the guild employees created an ID card for him. Suddenly, Cain wondered what his tutors were doing now. He thanked them for the ID card, and Rhea wished him to have fun. Suddenly, some guys showed up, bothering Artia and making fun of Cain. One of the adventurers wanted to kick Cain, but he immediately dodged. Then, his henchmen wanted to attack Cain, but he jumped out of the way with his super speed. They were angry and attacked Cain together. Then, an adventurer wanted to draw his sword, but Claude showed up to help Cain. He threatened the adventurers, and they ran away. Risha and Cain thanked him for the rescue. Claude said he was happy to help them and took a liking to Cain. After that, Claude invited him for a drink and wanted to know where he had learned such powerful tricks. Cain replied that he had adventurers as tutors. They celebrated Cain's adventurer registration, and Cain asked about the reason for his nickname, Ice Flame. Claude explained that he uses a fire sword, and his wife uses ice magic, hence the name Ice Flame. Claude then showed his gold guild card. Cain was impressed that he was an A-rank adventurer. Claude was very humble and said that he still had a lot of training to do to become an SS rank adventurer. Suddenly, his wife Lena appeared behind him. Lena was looking for her husband Claude, and Cain introduced himself to her. She was happy to meet Cain and said that Cain could always ask her for advice if he needed help. Claude mentioned that Cain wasn't a normal kid and was beaten for drinking too much beer. Claude was picked up by his wife, and he wished Cain a lot of fun with his first quest. However, Cain looked for suitable quests, but didn't find any fun G-rank quests. Suddenly, Cain spotted a goblin hunt quest and happily ran out of the guild. Then, Cain met Tana. She immediately hugged him, and Cain said that he wanted to fight goblins. Tana decided to escort Cain on his quest. Cain tried to run away, but he didn't manage to escape in time. As a result, Cain went hunting goblins with Tana. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vast realms of anime. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more thrilling reviews and discussions. Until next time, keep exploring the boundless wonders of anime with us.